One of the first and most important things is acceptance, right? A lot of times when people get diagnosed with cancer, they don't want to believe it. One, two, they may be in shock. Three, sometimes people go, off the deep end into positive affirmations and saying, you know what, I'm not even going to acknowledge that the C word, won't say the word, and say, actually, I don't know what this diagnosis is all about, but I don't even have cancer, so I'm not going to address it that way.
When
Yeah,
you say it's true too, whether it's cancer or any other kind of disease, that it's when people won't even acknowledge it. So it doesn't have to be just cancer. It could be any issue that you're facing. It that the first step is really to accept that this is a reality that you need to work through.
correct. Because just like GPS on a car, in order to get to a destination, in addition to the destination for you to get directions, the GPS has to know where you're starting from, right? And the ways to get to your destination may be different. You might take a different route, right? A longer one, a shorter one, avoid highways, whatever it is. We have many people getting to the same destination using hundreds of different ways. But if you don't know exactly where you're starting from, it's impossible to get to a destination. That acceptance is really vulnerable and courageous to say, wow, okay, I do have this diagnosis and it sucks. And now I have to figure out how to deal with it. And that could be facing divorce. That could be facing bankruptcy, facing, a business partner causing a mutiny and stealing some of your employees or clients. All of these things could be tragic, especially if a person's identity is all tied up in that thing that they're losing. It can be just as traumatic and cause the same type of emotional mourning that we would as if a person is dying. So, as if we're experiencing like death of that persona or that identity is taking a toll on that. So, that acceptance of where we are allows us to really our mind and our emotions to process, and how do we move on, like where can we take the lessons from how we got here, what is the reality of what's happening right now, what are all the things that are true in this moment, how you're feeling, what you're experiencing. Do you have a knot in your stomach? Do you have, trouble sleeping, trouble getting your breath under control? What are the physical manifestations of accepting where you're at? And ignoring it does not help us take the next step. Having a very healthy acceptance of the facts is the most important place to start.